However, it's your boy, Slasper, and today we're going to be doing a tier list about UFC fighters and which UFC fighters are going to be trash talking, because obviously us as fans, we haven't been getting trash talk recently. The press conference has been boring and stuff like that, so we need a little bit of trash talk in our life to, make things interesting again. So yeah. So I'll explain the tiers. Trash talk plus beef. There's competitive trash talk. This means like two fighters might not hate each other, but they like both competitive guys and stuff. So they're obviously gonna, talk some trash a little bit. There might be trash talk. We're not 100% sure if the fight there'll be trash talk or not. Trash talk plus beef, there's basically certainty there'll be trash talk. Beef but might not be trash talk. Fights may have beef, but they might not actually like trash talk or something. Sometimes happens in the UFC, unfortunately. And there probably won't be trash talk. This means that this is a matchup where there probably won't be trash talk, but there's a chance it still happens because why would it be in this tier list? First, Paulo Costa versus Israel Adesanya. I'll put it might be trash talk. Apparently, this fight is rumored to be happening again in 2026 for Paramount, one of the Paramount cards. And we know how the storyline of Paulo Costa and Israel Adesanya ended last time. So I think this is a good matchup they make, and yeah, Paulo Costa is going to come in for vengeance. Next, Ricky Super C versus Brendan Allen. Trash talk plus beef. If you guys didn't know, Brendan Allen and Ricky Super C have beef.
So we went to lunch, me, him, my friend Tuco, and one other person. And we were sitting there, and I was dealing with some stuff for my bank. And I had a sleeveless shirt, so it sat out like this. And he looks at me and he goes, "What is that, your record? 2-7? I was like, "Oh, okay."
So it started with a tattoo joke then, yes.
Yeah, but it's like, you don't know me, so it's like you don't have the right to joke with me like that.
But yeah, that's funny as hell from Ricky Super C. Just like classic South African banter. And yeah, and this fight probably is a hard chance of happening next. And Ricky Super C is going to beat Brendan Allen and then beat Hamza Chimaev's ass. So let's go. Next, Sean Strickland versus Hamza Chimaev. Trash talk plus beef.
Chimaev is just I was here when he retired from COVID. I was training with him. I always say there's guys, if you knew on a personal level you wouldn't like. Chimaev is one of those people if you knew you wouldn't like. There's a video of me, I always look like, "Oh, you're so good." Like, I'm being sarcastic. Like, bro, you starch this 1-1 guy when there's like high-level UFC fighters because like you think he's the same height as your opponent. No, you're picking him to your dude. Mentally, he's just a weak man.
Sean Strickland and Hamza Chimaev not like each other. Their beef is kind of like a complex storyline where Strickland doesn't like Hamza being up on less skilled amateur sparring partners and stuff like that, and Strickland doesn't like Hamza doesn't like Strickland talking about Ramadan Kazirov and all that stuff, and also Strickland criticizing Hamza for things outside the cage and stuff like that, and his personal life. So yeah, this fight probably won't ever happen, but it's a matchup which could happen in the UFC. If the UFC just want trash talk, they could make this. Then next, Henry Cejudo versus Sean O'Malley. Compared to trash talk, I think this is Sean O'Malley has had opportunities on the mic to trash talk and become a bigger star and stuff, because he always used to talk about how he's going to become the same size as McGregor and stuff. But the reason why he hasn't become as big as McGregor because he just doesn't trash talk, and that's not like his personality and stuff like that. But if Sean O'Malley and Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley generally just does have the edge over Henry Cejudo when it comes to trash talk and stuff. Like we've seen the clip of him joining Cejudo's podcast and stuff like that.
Sugar Sean O'Malley. O'Malley!
Boys, you guys know I'm a very, very busy man. I'll keep this short. I came here for two reasons. One, to praise you, Kamaru. You're an absolute legend. And two, Henry, how'd you let Aljo take you down so easy? You're welcome.
Oh shit! Did we lose him? First and foremost,
I think he did
no,
that.
Sean.
Hey, he got us. Hey, he got us, Kamaru. He didn't just do that to me. He did that to us.
All right, boys. I had a talk with UFC. We're gonna let Henry Cejudo go. You know, he had a good run. It's just there's nothing else here for him.
And yeah, Sean O'Malley just has to throw out some short jokes or something, and apparently that's just all the trash talk you need to win the verbal exchanges and stuff like that. So yeah, and I don't know why this fight never happened. The UFC fumbled not even making this fight. Sean O'Malley should have, and Henry Cejudo should have been the fight which happened next instead of Payne Talbot, but the UFC loved to fumble. Next, Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Garry. This will be competitive trash talk. We've seen the clips.
Bilal Muhammad, when he was defending his world title in Montreal, Canada, thought that he could outbox.
What happened?
Why is it 3 rounds?
The coward. As I said, coward Ian. He's afraid to go 5 rounds. He saw what happened with him his last fight with Pratas, and he knows 5 rounds with me is going to be.
So why does he get to make that decision and you don't?
Because he's not willing to take the fight. So for myself, it was like you either sit on the sidelines
or you take 3.
There's nobody else. You take 3. So my mindset is I'm going to break him. I'm going to finish him. I'm just going to start faster, and he's going to fold.
Good.
Dude, there's nothing else. But for him to talk about, I want to be a champion, I want to be this, and you're afraid to go a 5-round fight.
100%.
Just take that out of your mindset. Take that out of your vocabulary.
And the UFC should make a press conference for the UFC Qatar fight week, because the next person on this list is Umar and Cejudo and Dan Hooker, and there's actually beef between these guys. We need these 2 fighters on the table for like a 30-minute press conference, and that's gonna be a better press conference than all the UFC press conferences this year and stuff. And Dan Hooker's called Umar and Cejudo the pervert and stuff like that.
He's actually creeping on it. Like, it's weird. And a lot of people don't know that her husband is the cameraman.
Yes.
As well, which makes it even more creepy. Like, you think just because your dad's rich and you're a UFC fighter, this woman is gonna cheat on her husband in front of you? Like, what kind of, this kid is unreal, bro. At the National Fight Week, I'll kick Arman right in the monobrow. He waxes it, and we all know that.
And personally, I ain't taking that to me, bro. If someone's calling me a pervert and stuff like that, then yeah, I'm gonna try to beat their ass. So yeah. Those are fighting words right there, and Umar and Cejudo probably want to punch a hole in Dan Hooker's face. Then next, Paper versus Umar and Cejudo. This will go in competitive trash talk. Paper and Umar and Cejudo already had some back and forths between each other.
You gotta delete him from the rankings. Even he's not even deserved to be in top 10. He beat last 3 guys. Chandler, he had 3 losses. It was Bobby Green, he had 3-4 losses. It was Tony Ferguson, he had 8 losses. That's crazy. And like, you wanna bring that guy to fight for the title is 8-0, 8-0, 2-0.
Oh, that's pretty bad when you put it that way.
He's just a little posh boy who's had everything handed to him on a silver platter by his dad.
Do you think he actually got injured or no? Or what do you think happened?
No, he's a little bitch ass. Dana shot him down in that interview. I was like, whoa.
You miss opportunities sometimes, and he did.
And you shit your pants. Know what I mean? That's what you did. You farted and followed through and had shit coming down your leg.
So, Paper called Umar and Cejudo the posh boys because they've got everything handed to him. Lad, he's just a posh boy who's got everything handed to him, lad. That's a terrible Paper accent. Let me do it again. Lad, he's just a posh boy, lad, who's had everything handed to him, lad. That's terrible as well. Lad, is a posh boy, lad, had everything fucking handed to him, lad. My Paper accent is normally on point, but I don't know what's wrong with her today. But yeah, this fight should have happened. I don't know why the UFC just didn't think, oh, Umar and Cejudo and Paper with #1 contender. This fight never happened, and it's actually an interesting matchup. The next, Ian Garry versus Buckley. I don't know. It's between one of these two because Ian Garry doesn't really like Buckley and stuff. But yeah, I either made a poster for it back in the day. And yeah, if the UFC ever does make this matchup, I need my percentage. I need my 5% for the poster and stuff like that. But also watch one of my videos where I basically explain why Ian Garry is not a cuck, because have you seen Ian Garry's wife? I'm sorry, bro. You are gonna have to take some negative. What's the word? You're gonna have to take some negative circumstances in a relationship, if you wanna, with Layla and Lee. I'm just saying, like, if you got the chance to, have relations with Ian Garry's wife and stuff, you might change your surname and you might live with his husband's ex-wife, because just look at it. I do not blame Ian Garry at all. So yeah, Ian Garry is not a cuck. Next, Sean Strickland versus Israel Adesanya. There might be trash talk, but I think like Strickland already beat Adesanya, so he doesn't really hate Adesanya anymore. And Adesanya doesn't really trash talk a lot. Depends on the circumstance. He'll trash talk, but yeah, maybe he'll trash talk against Sean Strickland. I don't know, but Sean Strickland, I don't think he hates or gets annoyed at Adesanya anymore. Stuff. I think he kind of beat him up and got that frustration out of it, the hate for Adesanya out of him. Next, Merab vs Umar 2. Trash talk plus beef. This is one of the most entertaining matchups just ball up wise UFC can make. And Merab still has that hate in his heart for Umar. And yeah. You sneaky guy.
How dare you, sneaky guy!
Tom Aspinall vs Gone. Beef might not be trash talk. I wouldn't say that beef, but obviously there's attention now from Tom Aspinall's side because of the eye poke and everything and stuff like that. So definitely the eye poke and the way the first fight ended. When the rematch happens, that's gonna put some tension in the air for the build up and stuff like that. Next, Mario Batista versus Henry Cejudo. There's beef, but might not be trash talk. Apparently, yeah, there's a video of these guys outside confronting each other.
Hey, you gotta say yes, though. I gotta say yes. Want me to take your picture? You all get in it? Can I say something? What? You can't be so damn boring, bro. Because nobody's gonna fight you like that. I won't be boring. So, there's a lot. Listen, Olympic champ, flyweight champ, bantamweight champ. What have you done? 2 losses in a row, 7 fight wins. Okay, but look who I lost to. At that time, the guy that was a current champ, and the other guy is now the former champ. Yeah. Are you gonna fucking nut grab? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit against the cage like you did with Aldo? I don't think you'll stay there, but it'll be. I won't stay there. Exactly. I won't stay there. I have a meeting with Hunter, and whatever Hunter wants, we can do it. Whatever Hunter wants. Yeah, whatever Hunter wants, because you know what? I want it all valley. Of course, there's a lot of people that I want. There's a big ass fucking game. Take the fight. You haven't done anything. Yeah, come on. You haven't done anything. We're stopping. Olympic champ, flyweight champ.
Stuff like that, and I don't really remember why, but they kind of have beef and stuff. I think because they're both booked to fight each other, and I think Henry Cejudo rejected it or something and stuff like that. And yeah, it's kind of like a comparative. I put it in comparative trash talk. Yeah. And so I'm pretty sure this is something you guys don't know about me as well, but I researched and I found out. Next, Usman vs Muhammad 2. Trash talk plus beef. Yeah, we apparently heard of the podcast situation.
Is there beef between you and Usman?
I don't like him. When he was a champion, he acted like I didn't exist.
Allow, remember the name Muhammad. Who's that?
Security doesn't know he's the champ.
He was always, let me just rematch Kobe. Let me rematch Masvidal. And then when I won the belt, I went on his podcast. What happened? Cejudo was like, how does it feel to be champion? And Usman's like, I was a champ too. I was like, nah, bro, you're on a 3-fight losing streak. And he's like, anything you do, I do better than you. And I was like, you didn't take the head kick better than me. I think that just like triggered him. Or he was just like, I don't play these games, man. It's on sight. And I'm just like, we're right in front of each other on site. Henry Cejudo had to break it up. Oh, I made you cry on your own podcast.
And apparently when is the podcast ever gonna get released? I don't know if it'll ever get released. McGregor versus Chandler might be trash talk. These guys don't actually like hate each other and stuff like that. But McGregor just, well, depends what type of McGregor shows up. Like what version of McGregor. Now we got spiritual McGregor. Before we had cocaine manic McGregor. Yeah, there's different versions of McGregor which comes up, but McGregor doesn't. I think he kind of likes Chandler and stuff like that, so he doesn't really hate him and stuff. And also Chandler respects Conor and stuff. But this fight still needs to be made for the White House or something like that. Next, Manal Cap versus Kakar France. Beef plus trash talk. I'll play the clip. But
hey, I'm gonna fight you next. And if you refuse again to fight me or pull out 2 weeks of the fight, I'm going to your city. I'm going to your academy. I'm gonna spar you there. I'm gonna fucking spar you there. Hey, listen. And no one gonna do anything. You know why? All your teammates is a bunch of
yeah. Cap called Kakar France LGBTQIA plus member, and yeah, the reason why that Manal Cap doesn't like Kakar France is because they're supposed to fight on the same card against each other, and Kakar France pulled out the fight. But recently, now Manal Cap's starting to pull out fights and stuff, so it's kind of contradictory. But this fight should have happened. This fight should have happened. It still has the possibility of happening, but this fight never happens. Then I'm gonna beat up an old man on the street and go jail. So yeah, this fight has to happen. Next, Tom Aspinall vs John Jones. This one will go in beef. It might not be trash talk. Obviously, John Jones, all the hate, all like the anger in this build up is all coming from John Jones' side. Actually, probably Tom Aspinall, because John Jones kind of did ruin Tom Aspinall's career. But this fight still has to happen, and I still hope it does happen. I still have some hope. I think this is one of the best fights the UFC can make. And this fight will be perfect for the White House. If Tom Aspinall beats Sorogon early in the year, and then there's still time for him to fight the White House, this fight would be a perfect main event for the White House. And I still hope it really does happen and stuff. Next, Umar versus Yan. Apparently these guys have beef with each other. It probably won't be trash talk. Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. Trash talk plus beef, yeah. We saw the press conference where these guys...
Oh.
Culón.
Oh.
Dímelo. Culón. Eres culón, ¿sabes por qué eres culón? No le pegaron a Diego entre tú y tu equipo.
Say it to my face.
No le pegaron a Diego no le pegaron a Marco entre tú y tu equipo. Escucha. Le pegaron a Marco entre tú y tu equipo, ¿sí o no? Esperando el momento correcto estaba para decirte esto en tu pinche cara, loco.
Oh, we were
Tú me la vas a pagar a mí por Marcos, güey. Y si me pelas la verga, güey.
Guys were just swearing each other and calling each other colons and stuff like that. And yeah, this like rivalry kind of goes deep and stuff. It has to do with gyms and all this stuff in Mexico and all that stuff. But yeah, I still don't understand why this fight was never made for UFC Noche and why this fight hasn't been made. I think the UFC needs to like force these guys in a room or something, and they can't leave the room or get fed until they sign the contract accepting this fight. This would be a perfect fight. Apparently Dana White wants to grow the Mexican market or something. This is the perfect opportunity. Stop using the best UFC stadiums we could ever have for Mexican events and stacking with UFC Mexican fighters no one cares about, and actually make Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez something which Mexicans will actually care about. Stop wasting all the best UFC resources to try and promote a Mexican, please. Then Ilya Topuria versus Umar and Cejudo.
Ilya, stop running, Ilya. Stop running, Ilya. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
I don't know, there's kind of beef, and I think there'll be trash talk, but it's not like crazy beef. I'll put it in competitive trash talk. No, actually, I don't know where it'll go, but yeah. Ilya Poirier said that he would like leave the UFC.
I wouldn't give the opportunity to Armor. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt.
I think he has to fight after pulling out.
No matter what, he's gonna show up. I don't care. I don't do it.
UFC, if he was offered a fight to Umar and Cejudo and stuff like that, and he says he would KO Umar and Cejudo in 1 minute and stuff, and obviously Umar and Cejudo feels like he deserves a title shot, so it's probably very annoying from his side that Ilya doesn't want to fight him. And these guys have talked some competitive trash talk to each other so far. Then Ilya Poirier versus Islam Makhachev. It might not be trash talk. I mean, it might be trash talk or competitive trash talk, because Ilya Poirier has said some words towards Islam Makhachev.
ისლამის დამარცხების შემთხვევაში დამარცხებულ ისლამთან გირჩევნია თქვა შემდეგი ბრძოლა თუ პირობითად გამარჯვებულ ცარუკიენთან.
მოკლედ ვერ გავიხსენე სიტყვა, მაგრამ ისლამი თუ დამარცხდა დაბრუნდეს დაღესტანში, ავის ფერმაში. თუ მოიგო კიდე წესო ხო? ხო, ზღვარი მომწესოს. ცარ. თუ მოიგო კიდე აუცილებლად ავალწევით, აუცილებლად 100%.
And Islam Makhachev seems like he gets annoyed when the name Ilya Poirier gets brought up, and all the Dagestanis as well and stuff. And this is one of the best fights you can make in the whole UFC. So, yeah, hopefully this happens one day. Then finally, the final fight on this list, and I think you guys know what it is. Ilya Poirier versus Paddy Pimblett. This is the closest thing we're ever going to get to McGregor versus Khabib in UFC history, I think. And yeah, this fight needs a... Hopefully this fight happens one day. It's kind of... they might do Paddy Pimblett versus Ilya Poirier next, but I would prefer Paddy Pimblett to fully earn his title shot rather than kind of get gifted the title shot. But yeah, this fight needs to happen one day. Then they need to do this. They need to do 3 press conferences around. They need to do a world tour for this fight, and they also need to do this fight in a Bernabeu or Anfield Stadium, or else the UFC are gay. And yes, boys, last promo. I'm out.